Hello, everybody. How's it going? Let's see who we got here. Oh, first of all, let's back up a little bit. Welcome to my channel. You guys on the replay crew, welcome to, my name's Brian, and I am a poet. And today we're doing another live stream, live poetry reading. And so on your way in, if you would please hit the like button, give the old thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed and all that stuff. And let's see who we have here. Susan P., how's it going, my fellow Archie? Good to see you here. Oh, and there's my brother in the literary arts, DJ Nico. How's it going, my friend? And Miss Sunrise Dawn, the Georgia Peach herself. How's it going, my dear? Mischief managed. Good. Well, it's afternoon where you are, isn't it? Good afternoon. Miss Carrie Ann, good afternoon. How's it going? Oh, and another visitor from across the pond, Miss Millie. How you doing, my dear? And there's our fluffer squirrel. It's nice to see you. All right. Let's see here. See if we got anybody else going on. Okay. Well, I'm going to open this with a poem sent to me by our own Ted S. So it's not Eat More Pizza Now this week. It's our own Ted S. And y'all can tell me what y'all think. Remember, if y'all hear something y'all like, do the old snaps in the chat. This is called Do You Know Your Parents? But you can guess what this is about. Do you know your parents? Wake up, manual labor, Chinese school, manual labor, sleep. Do you know your parents? Wake up, paperwork, Chinese school, paperwork, sleep under desk. Do you know your parents? The sunlight is so bright, my eyes are blinded. Into the darkness, strobing light, complete silence. Do you know your parents? Midnight darkness. Do you know your parents? Waiting, lonely, alone. I may never meet my parents. Only the lucky feel warmth. Witnessing only makes it hurt more. Do you know your parents? Yeah. So, all right, here. Let me pull this up. This week's guest is, as we all know and love her, Miss Tilty-Bird. Let me pull this up here. All right, here we go. All right. So, Tilty-Bird has spent years hidden away. Well, here she is now, trying to evolve from an anxious quail to an albatross of justice. From a sad, broken sea to a purposefully channeled river of passion. It's admirable goals. As a neurospicy, non-binary person who did not receive proper diagnosis until their 30s, Tilty-Bird has tried to compensate by using words and imagery to try to understand themselves and the feelings that go on inside ourselves and those we care about. Writing has always been like a secret garden, a safe space without judgment. Having never shown or spoken these words before, Tilty-Bird is exceptionally grateful to have the opportunity to share with people that are insightful enough to actually listen. Some of the poems are from teenage years. Started writing around 13, huh? and some are a little more recent. Many of these poems have images that accompany them, but there are struggles to translate them to the page. I hope that you feel something, if anything, from what I have to say, and I sincerely appreciate the chance to share with you all. Well, we appreciate the chance for you to share with us.
Thank you.
All right. Without further ado, oh, I got to put this one up here first. Mischief Managed. Oh, I totally agree. That hat is awesome.
I had to go full bard.
Definitely. Say same here, dude. Same here. Oh shit.
I'll actually.
Wrong button. Wrong button. Don't you just love live TV?
I love it.
All right, Tilty-Bird, here we go.
Okay, so I was gonna start with one that was a little less bleak, and it's bard related, so that's hence the hat. And now I've lost the little thing that was stuck to save the page, so just bear with me for one moment here. Oh my goodness. Ah ha ha, we've got it. Generic's Bard Tale. Generic Bard's Tale. Gather round these swords and whispers, little king and lords and sisters. Hear the tale I have to tell about how we escaped from hell. Rattled bones and rotted skin, devils, nightmares born of sin. We fought them all, we drove them back. Bloodthirst fueled their mad attack. Spells alongside blades and arrows, soaring through our foes like sparrows. One by one did cultists fall, thus this writ of victory's call. Rejoice, rejoice, young patrons, knaves, and soldiers, we left their bodies torn and smoldered. That's my generic Bard's Tale. So that's my first one. That was when I started getting really into Dungeons and Dragons. And then I realized that being a bard is kind of a role that I can play in life. So it kind of I wrote that in like 2013, and I kind of got like I don't know, it kind of bolstered me. Okay, so this next one, I wrote it in 2011, and it's about how, like, I wrote it when I live with my grandmother, and we're both very, very passionate and empathetic people, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And every once in a while, we'll just exchange this glance when one of us is struggling, and it just kind of reaffirms the I see you and I've got your back type thing. So it's called Tethered. Um, Down we fall in little thimbles, lost between raindrops. The metallic taste in the air, through each drop, your reflection flickers, and my heart stops. And starts again, like a shiver, that renews my warmth as my bones are chilled, and my hands tremble. But the birds, they fly alongside the thimble. Raindrops hit their steely feathers, and reminds me that our hearts are tethered. It's just a short one. Um, um, okay, so um, this next one is called Grays. Um, the ocean, um, the the ocean is like my misty mind. It's neither blue nor black. 100 different shades and hues lay down deep beneath my back. I let my skin break through the veil, picking colors blindly, never knowing how the waves will behave, whether treacherous or kindly. I feel the pinks and blues and greens winding, twirling twixt my fingers, but when my hands break through to air, only grays do linger. That is what it's like when there's so many thoughts and feelings going on in your mind, and you try to pluck it and pull it out, and it just nothing comes out. It's gray. There's no substance. It's it's locked, it's trapped, it's swirling. Um, my goodness. Okay. Okay. This one. So when my thank you. Um, when my friend passed, my mom's friend who was like my aunt, I wrote two poems. One was kind of a rebellious one, and one was kind of a me feeling it. So the sadder one is the memorial weight, which is it's it was the anxiety I felt when they were saying there wasn't going to be a service. Um, so oh, this was in 2018. Well, does not feel like that long ago. Um, I am the jester of mourning. I am the watcher of time. I see the tears that are coming. I hear you speaking in rhyme. Dark, heavy clouds, always changing direction, leaking, unable to carry this restrained intention. I am the listener of whispers. I feel the ebbing of tides. I am the one who is missing the warmth in my heart you'd provide. And I'll do, I've got one more that's a little longer, and then I've got a really short one. And then, and then I'll give you your stage back. Um, So the second part is the minor rebellion. Um, so this happened. I was really mad. I was still not doing well after my friend had passed, and I needed to write a bunch. And also, I was mad, and I didn't know how to process it. I didn't even know I was as mad as I was at the time. And then I did this thing, and it was like one of my first rebellions, but it's like such a small thing, but it was really like the breaking of my shell. Um, and okay, so it's called minor rebellion. Not as in minor underage, but minor as in like very small, like it's not really that big a deal, just to be clear. Um, I stood in the aisle of that wretched place. I was there for quite a while, staring at you, trapped in plastic, to be sold to some stranger, an intended slave to their bidding. It didn't sit right with me, and I, for some reason, acted. For 30 seconds, I was a specialist, securing a hostage from confinement, to be spared from further humiliation and exploitation. I tucked you away, safe, like a hidden gem that the bad guys were after. I acted. For 30 seconds, I was an expert, putting on an award winning performance, my subtle dramatics, making the enemy believe I was one of them, mindless and spineless piece of the machine. But I know that you and I are different, that united we can achieve a greater goal, spreading, sharing ideas, stories, truths, sparring with ignorance. Oh, yes, this pen, it may be stolen, but the words and feelings and thoughts behind them are free. So That was when I stopped being a soft bird and started getting tilty. Okay, my last one, short one. Um, it's called. Um, I titled it "Misunderstanding," but then when I looked on it back, I was like, "We all know what this is." It's very short. Every dropped from the duct, acid. Every noise from the throat, guttural. Every fluid in the stomach is molten because you made me feel insane. And I know that this time I am not. It's about gaslighting. Thank you.
You know what I like, especially about what you just did? That you write and rhyme. Yay!
I was worried that would be
No,
weird.
no. I like I was telling you beforehand. I write and rhyme. I write a lot in rhyme. You know, you see that in my videos. If you a lot of it's free verse and all that stuff, but I just love the way rhyme feels, how it comes off your tongue, and uh, yeah. Here, see all the snaps. There you got them.
Thank
But
you,
yeah,
everyone.
yeah. So anybody got any questions? Is there anything else that you would like to say, Tilty? The stage is still yours. We've got a little bit more time here.
Um, I, honestly, I'm just grateful to come on here and share some words, and
Mhm.
honestly, it's making me want to write more again, which
That's
is,
good. That's good. Do you have like a favorite poet, or what are your favorite things as far as the poetry realm goes?
well, one thing that, so old poets like Poe, not the Raven, his other stuff.
Oh yeah.
That stuff, when I read that when I was a preteen, young teen, it made me go, there have always been people like me.
Yeah.
So this means that it's okay to be the way that I am. And it's that's something that I've always tried to keep in my head, but it's really, really hard. Um, so my mind's a blank. I love a lot of poets. I have a lot of books upstairs, but my brain's just not.
Well,
um,
here.
but it, it's always been easier for me to put my words down in this kind of way than it has been to say the actual words.
Yeah.
Like if I can put them together in a way that makes them a little more romanticized,
Mm.
like you know what I mean, like a little less, I don't know, a little less real. It just not, but not real. Like I'm a really hyperbolic person,
Oh
and
yeah. Me too. I can totally get. Well, since we've got a little bit more time here, let me give you something that I'm working on. It might be done. I don't
yes,
know.
please.
And it's rhyme. It's kind of on the dark side, I think.
Mm,
It's called "Who Will
I d-
Mourn Me."
ooh, me.
Yeah, I might do a video on it later, but or it's called "Who Will Mourn Me." Who will mourn me when I die? Who would shed a tear and cry for my poor departed soul? The answer is, I'll know not who spills a tear to weep for my bones upon that heap. Will I even really care, seeing I won't even be there? Who will weep for little me, who would shed a tear or three as my bones are lowered down, 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 down into the ground? Will only the sound of birds be the only voices that are heard? 'Cause no one is even there. I won't be, so I won't care. Who will shed a tear and cry? Who will mourn me when I die?
I can't snap, but
No, this is just like I don't know. The last video I did on this on a not my it was a poem called Men of Rachiti, and I read it and did my thing, and then suddenly that cadence came to my head, boom 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 boom, and that's how the process works for me. You know. Anyways, is there anything? Anybody got any questions in the chat panel? You know, anybody got any questions for?
I'll answer anything.
Tilty-Bird here.
I do have a really kind of fucked up poem.
Hey, we like fucked up here.
Okay, Fluffer, I'm gonna read it. I ran it by Fluffer, and they were like, "It's a little weird."
Hey,
but if you did it right,
read it.
So okay, so to preface, should I preface it or should I just read it and then explain it?
Read it, and then
okay,
just read it.
Okay. Earlier today, I sat down in front of you. Remember? I had a little plastic bag filled up with the mutilated pieces of your sister. But I needed to calm down. So I took all those pieces and I cut them and I cut them and I cut them while you watched. But I needed to calm down. So I took the ground up bits of her body and gently laid the remains on my paper, rolling it up tight, compressing them grotesque, and lit it on fire because I needed to calm down. So as I inhaled, I looked at you and I hoped that you would understand because after all, you'll be the next to die. So it's about trimming weed.
It's about trimming weed.
So in the scenario, we were trimming and there were like 3 plants in front of me and we needed to take a break, and so we were like, okay, let's roll one and then we'll go out and we'll have it and we'll come back. And I looked at the plant and I looked at what I was doing and I looked up and I was like, I feel like I'm murdering my sister in front of my other sisters. And so I just went with it. So
hey, my advice, you need to actually put some packages together and submit stuff to places. You never know. I think some of what you just put here would be probably acceptable in places that probably would not accept mine.
Well, I doubt that, but I really appreciate your kind words.
I just recently got some stuff rejected and stuff. Rejection's a big part of being an artist, which sucks.
I did submit one time to the CBC literary poetry thing, but I didn't.
There are millions of places out there these days that you can submit to. One of the places that I actually likes my stuff is called Westward Quarterly. Right, it's just this little bitty. They actually put a print publication out.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, they're called the magazine for family friendly reading. So I guess my stuff is family friendly. But
I don't think that last poem wouldn't get in there. I don't think
that last poem wouldn't get in there. But hey, some of yours that you actually put there would. I would suggest put it. Check them out if you want to. We'll talk offline about that.
Yeah.
But look here, you're brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh, don't make me cry now. I can't handle niceness.
Yeah. Hey, you're good. You're good. We need to do this again.
Well, I've got more to share, and I'm happy to know that it's a little less scary.
To a weed. All right. Okay, so let's get here. Let me take this off here. Oh, we had a question. We started talking about weed and missed this question. Do you have a favorite teacher, or did you have a favorite teacher in school that inspired you to love poetry?
I did. Yeah, fourth grade, Mrs. Frost. Um, when we were learning poetry, everyone was like, "Oh, are you married to Robert Frost? Are you married to Robert Frost?" And she was like, "Fuck Robert Frost."
Oh, wow.
And so I don't know. And then so we were doing poetry, and that kind of made me laugh. And so I just started listening a little more,
Mhm.
and just the poems that she had us read, and she had us listen to Kate Bush because her lyrics were very poetic. And
This is
we were
weird.
writing something, and I wrote something about the ocean, and she came up and she said something about, I wouldn't have expected that to come out of someone your age. And when that came out of her, that was the first compliment I'd ever gotten from a teacher, ever.
Mhm. That's good.
And so when that happened, it was like, I might be okay with words, maybe, in a way. So
Right.
it was kind of like the one thing that I had like to grab onto. So yeah, she was a great teacher. She was awesome. One of the very few teachers who actually took time to like notice that there were students that weren't learning the same way, and kind of like took a little bit of time to acknowledge that, even if she couldn't do what she wanted to do. So very, very good teacher. Very, very good teacher. Yeah.
Oh, we got some other comments here. Goes DJ goes, you have a presence in depth.
Oh, thank you.
And this is his first. This is a good one. My first thought before you told the trimming part was, note to self: never cross Tilty-Bird in a cage fight.
Oh, it'll be Thunderdome. Play for keeps. Get the talons out.
Uh, oh, Paratology, it's nice to see you here, sir. You've written all your life. Well, if you want to be a guest, let me know. I'll get a hold of you.
Paratology, you gotta get on. You gotta come on. You gotta come on because you're such a good writer. You got to. You have
Mm-hmm.
to.
Yeah,
It's been decreed. I'm wearing the Bard hat.
yeah. Let's see here. Jeff's like, that's so encouraging. I guess that's
Oh,
when you think. And Susan P. Tilty, you are so talented.
oh, thank you,
And
Susan. You're so kind.
here's our witness here. Cool, Tilty. That was great.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Is there any last things? Let me do a one for the road here. Hmm. How about something from the Bard? Banana
Sounds
Bird.
good to me.
Let's go. This is an old one but good one. William Shakespeare.
Oh, I'll put
From
my mask on if we're gonna go Shakespeare. Hold on.
yeah.
Okay.
1609. Not marble nor the gilded monuments. Not marble nor the gilded monuments of princes shall outlive these powerful rhymes, but you shall shine more bright in these contents than unswept stone besmeared with sluttish time. Wow.
Ooh, my goodness.
It probably meant a little bit different than what it meant now. When wasteful war shall statues overturn, and broils roots out the work of masonry, and broils root out the work of masonry, nor Mars his sword, nor war's quick fire shall burn the living record of your memory. 'Gainst death and all obvious enmity shall you peace forth. Your praise shall still find room even in the eyes of all posterity that wear this world out to the ending doom. So till the judgment that you that yourself arise, you live in this and dwell in lovers' eyes. Interesting.
Ah, that's beautiful.
Mm. Well, that is Shakespeare.
Well, He is known for having a way with that kind of thing.
Oh, wow. Hey, Maya, how's it going?
Maya.
Well, since it seems like we have come to the end of our show today, I appreciate all of you that showed up. And of course, on the replay crew, thank y'all for sticking around to the end. Remember to do the old thumbs up, thumbs down. We don't care. Engagement is engagement. Leave a comment if you got a question for later for Tilty-Bird. If you have a suggestion for me, who I might want to have on, let me know. Again, Periodology, I need to talk to you.
Definitely do.
And make sure to like, subscribe, notifications, and all that jazz. And we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.